Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Charlotte requests Lulu's assistance in awakening Dex spies on Betty Esme's Spencer scheme. Valentin Cassadine and Laura Collins located the property they were hunting for in Chechnya, but they were swiftly cornered by the armed new owner, according to General Hospital. The guy spit over the Cassadine name and acted as if that family was nothing but problems after Laura and Valentin stated that they were looking for Nicholas Cassadine. Laura was frantic to find her son, but the man believed Nicholas had abandoned her and couldn't help her. Although Laura believed Nicholas was being detained against his will, Valentin felt there were no answers to be discovered at that place and advised them to return to the hotel. Meanwhile, Donnie Falconeri escorted Charlotte Cassadine to see the unconscious Lulu Spencer, last played by Amarilyn, and they both updated her on all she was missing. Dante told Lulu how much he missed her before leaving Charlotte alone with her mother. Charlotte cried and begged Lulu to wake up, as she thought of the other girls their age hanging out with their mothers. Charlotte commented on the way out with Dante how sad their old house looked all empty and said Lulu would want someone to live there. Christina Corinthos Davis showed up at Molly Lansing Davis' apartment after her injury to support her and brought Valiant the teddy horse. Molly was overjoyed because she hadn't seen Valiant in a long time, so Christina described how she found him by accident mixed in with a crate of law books. This led to several memories from Molly and Christina's childhood, and Christina thought she'd made things more difficult for Molly than necessary. Molly, on the other hand, didn't see it that way and was pleased to know Christina always had her back. Christina's former abusive lover, Kiefer Bauer, came up in conversation. Molly wished she had battled more to persuade Christina to open up back then, but Christina argued that it wasn't her fault. Christina too felt like that was the turning point in her life when things started to go wrong. Molly showed faith in Christina and advised her to believe in herself after she voiced doubt about her ability to help the kids at the youth center. Carly Spencer then went to Michael Corinthos' office to inquire whether Dex Heller had provided any updates on Sunny. Michael informed Carly of Sunny's unexpected choice to have Dex report the body he discovered to the detectives. Carly could tell that Michael enjoyed the Dex arrangement since it allowed him to protect Sunny. Despite his inability to accept the past, Michael stated that a part of him still cared about his father. Carly declared victory and grabbed Michael into a hug. When Nina tried to call Sunny, he had to disconnect immediately because Ava Jerome, Maura West, came enraged. Ava had grumbled about Avery Corinthos' affair with Betty Rutherford, Ella Lentini, so she wondered if this was actually Sunny's solution. Sunny, on the other hand, thought Betty would be the greatest person to bring them to Mason Gatlin's boss. Sunny also stated that his daughter was not in any danger, and fans eventually discovered that Dex was secretly spying on Betty and Avery at the Metro Court. Jocelyn Jacks was close when Trina Robinson arrived and spotted Dex, but he informed her that he was working. Meanwhile, Jocelyn welcomed Avery and discovered she had a new babysitter. When Jocelyn met Betty and identified herself as Avery's sister, Betty pretended she wasn't there. Nonetheless, Jocelyn persuaded Avery to support her big sister claim and recommended she design a family tree map for Betty. Jocelyn implied that she wouldn't be there long enough to need to learn names anyway after Betty said it wasn't required. Dex followed Betty and Avery as Trina stayed with Jocelyn. Trina then informed Jocelyn of Dex's supposed work assignment. Trina also told Jocelyn that she missed Spencer Cassadine, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, but she was hesitant to spend time with him since it would add to Portia Robinson's Brooke Care worry. Jocelyn nudges Trina to contact Spencer regardless on Friday's GH episode, since she plainly needs him right now. Esme Prince was concerned since Laura hadn't contacted Spencer and inquired whether this was a bad indication. Spencer yelled at Esme before apologizing because he was upset over Laura's condition as well as Trina's current battle with Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner. Esme suggested Spencer phone Trina and tell her he was thinking about her, but Spencer stated that it was tricky because Portia recommended they take Ace Cassadine, Jay, and Joey Clay to the pool instead of the park when Esme indicated she was taking him to the park after his sleep. Esme was overjoyed, but Trina's appearance ruined the new plan. Trina collapsed into Spencer's warm embrace, eventually admitting that it was best to keep their relationship quiet for the time being due to Portia. Spencer understood, but before leaning in for a kiss, he assured Trina that he would always be there for her. Esme told Ace upstairs that they'd be on their own at the park after all. Esme told Ace that they only had each other after she realized Trina was more important to Spencer. Moments later, Esme's wheels started spinning, and she hinted at maybe taking severe measures to change that. When Nina paid a visit to Michael's office, she asked if they might make peace for the sake of Willow Corinthos and received his customary dismissive response. Christina arrived and noticed Michael being disrespectful to Nina, so she questioned privately why he had to be such a bastard to her. Back at Sonny's office, he was kind to Betty and sent her home till the next morning. Sonny believed Betty bought his act and continued to try to persuade Ava that his plan would succeed. Carly arrived at Sonny's request and seemed dubious of his meeting with Ava. Similarly, Ava was concerned about Carly's involvement because Sonny had contacted her on short notice to take Avery to a sleepover. Sonny privately informed Ava that he wouldn't tell Carly anything about Nicholas unless absolutely necessary, but it didn't make Ava feel any better. When Dex saw Jocelyn again, he told her about being assigned to watch over Betty and Avery. Dex wasn't sure what was going on, but he believed it had something to do with Ava. According to General Hospital spoilers, Sonny may have more information for Dex later, so stay in to see how this exciting plot develops. Spencer has a new target on his back, Heather, who wants him out of Esme's life. General Hospital spoilers and speculations suggest that Spencer Cassadine may have a new target on his back. Heather Weber seemed to want him out of Esme Prince's, Avery Kristen Pohl, and Ace Prince Cassadine's lives. He cannot be trusted in General Hospital. Heather appears to be a wonderful person to talk about trust, but she, like Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, believes he cannot be trusted. Esme's recent visit to Heather in Pentonville may have been a great mistake because Heather now believes her daughter wants her in her life, which gives her reason to flee. Heather became enraged when Esme informed her that she and Spencer were co-parenting Ace. Furthermore, Heather informed her that if he knew what happened to her adoptive parents, he'd abandon her, which suggests Heather believes Esme did something horrible to them. When Heather was arrested for being the hook, she threatened Spencer with dire consequences. As if she needs an excuse to flee. Heather never needs an excuse to flee, but Pentonville should be simple. She ran from Darcham and sneaked back in several times, just like she did at Spring Ridge. Heather may decide to complete the family vacation she and an unwilling Esme began with Ryan Chamberlain, John Lindstrom, the night he was shot and killed. Ace was born on the Windermere living room floor on the same night Esme went into labor. She was fortunate to have Laura and Kevin Collins, Ginny Francis, and John Lindstrom as midwives. But if Esme fights Heather on that family road trip vacation, she could just kidnap her and Ace and flee. For her own good, she went to General Hospital. Heather would believe that eliminating Spencer is for Esme and Ace's own good, seeing him as a threat to both of them. She might simply find another grappling hook and finish Spencer off, perhaps by dipping the point in some form of poison or venom. Esme would deeply regret paying Heather a visit that day and giving her any hope of having a family with her and Ace. And if Esme's memory and old personality return, Heather may be in for more daughter rebellion than she bargained for. It may be a catfight to the death between the two of them, for Esme will not want to lose when she is her old self. On General Hospital, how long will Trina Robinson put up with Esme? Trina went to the ends of the earth for Spencer on General Hospital. She visited Greenland. She assisted him and his grandmother Laura in saving the world. She was afraid he was dead. When she found out he wasn't, she leaped for joy and into his arms. Now that they've returned to Port Charles, it should be couple time all the time. But no way. Ace is there. Trina also saved in Greenland. Esme's also with Ace. How much longer will Trina put up with Spencer's ex interfering with their plans? Rise above it, Trina Robinson. 22% of you are unconcerned as long as she needs to. Trina, Tabiana Ali, is a lady who knows better than to lower herself to Esme's Avery Kristen Pohl level. Trina will keep cheering on Spencer, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, and making goo-goo looks at Ace. She is unconcerned about the baby, and she'll never show his mother how much she cares for her. Trina will continue to show why she is great, until Spencer and Esme realize what is going on. The end of General Hospital. However, 36% of the audience believes Trina Robinson has reached the end of her rope. This is the lady who poisoned her, framed her, and nearly had Trina imprisoned. Trina is meant to be kind to her now, or, at the very least, not reveal her true feelings. That's not a fair request to make of her, Spencer. Perhaps you should spend more time with the woman we all know you adore and less time with a baby who isn't even yours. Trina Robinson. Extreme measures. 42% of General Hospital voters believe Trina must fight. Sure, she could seize the moral high ground. However, this does not appear to be working, and it's not nearly as entertaining for us to watch. Perhaps Trina should throw aside her laddie-like inclinations and come out swinging. She must demonstrate that Esme is faking her forgetfulness, and if she isn't, Trina should make it appear that she is. Then lock her up. Also, Ace should be left with his grandmother Laura, Jenny Francis, and Uncle Kevin, John Lindstrom, and have a carefree summer with Spencer by the pool. Thanks for watching if you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.